Yo, what's going on, people? Digi here, back again with another video. Um, Before we get started, let's get a disclaimer out of the way and all of that. Not intended as a financial advice, videos intended for educational purposes only, all of that. Let's kick off. Apologies, first of all, I didn't make a video last week, just kind of coming to terms with all this corona and stuff like that. Didn't get around to making a video last week, but not really many kind of much action in the market since we spoke last anyway, really. So let's catch up today. I'm going to be splitting these up as well as I mentioned before, just making it a little bit easier for you guys to digest. So when Wednesday's video is going to be a quick market review on Bitcoin. We're going to do another video on a Sunday. That's going to be more focused around altcoins and stuff like that. So on today's video, let's see what's going on. Kind of been a bit of a funny few weeks since we last spoke, really. I believe the last video was on the 18th of March. So a lot has changed since then. It's funny how difference 2 weeks makes, right? So having a look at the weekly, obviously we had our big drop down here, this capitulation kind of candle, as you can see by the volume. And we had a kind of a doji-esque week the week after, very much to be expected. Markets don't know which way to go. Global event taking place, and also, kind of key price level. So we managed to kind of dip below 4K one more time. I believe the low was 4,400, and also push up on the upside towards 6,900, 7,000 level basically. So last week would be this week here. Let's pull that up on the daily and see what happened. Again, very much a pin bar candle, as they call it. Not really much decisiveness in the market, and as you can see, reflected nicely here, kind of with doji as well. And this one is basically together, and these two pin bars. So, you guys are going to ask what's my thoughts on Bitcoin, where's it going to go next? I just think based on the general kind of market sentiment, global sentiment, etc., very difficult to determine in sort of like short-term price movement. My best bet would be, price might likely consolidate in this big range between this big candle here, 8,000 and 4,000, 4.5, let's call it 5. We may potentially range here now to the halving. The only saving grace for the bulls out there is that there is a fundamental event taking place later this month. It's a month away, like literally 5 weeks. So, I mean, if you're a Bitcoin bull, fundamental event coming up, potentially could be re-accumulation zone for you here. But again, I think it's one thing to have a fundamental event on the horizon that's a positive, but then it's also another thing to get like a left field fundamental event like this global pandemic we're in right now, which also has a big impact on the markets. I mean, I know we're all gamblers at heart, or degens, or whatever you want to call us, us guys in the crypto markets. I am telling you now, no one is really risking anything substantial into crypto in terms of, based on the current sentiment. People are more bothered about how I'm going to cover my rent for the next couple of months. My family all right? Mum and dad okay? Can I get enough shopping? Shall I pay off debts while interest rates are low? All of these factors come into play. So quick thoughts on it from my side instead of just chatting shit and going on. We hit this support level here, what we say, 6,500 to 7,000. Yeah, I mean, we hit that and turned into resistance. Similarly, the downside got small resistance here, turned into support, again tested here, but there's nothing substantially. I don't really look at those. I want to more see support around order block levels and see how those hold. So potentially one order block here, price ran up, not been did get retested on its breakout candle. Another order block potentially here, but price did not run up and take these highs. So I believe there's going to be a lot of liquidity sat just around here at this 7,000 level. So hearing a lot of people talking about shorting 6,500. Yep, as you can see, kind of price run up, got slammed back down, but it hasn't gone down with any serious momentum. So my underlying kind of gut feeling would say right now we are gonna go higher if we are gonna go lower. That makes sense. If we're gonna go higher in the long term, we are probably not gonna go lower than this capitulation event. I'm seeing a few people call for 3K Bitcoin, so taking out the lows put in last year. You know, as much as I would love to see it, it pretty much reminds me of $100 Bitcoin. The guy, you remember who you are, Anon, um, was always going on about $100 Bitcoin, sub $100. And eventually he said it enough that people believed him and people got scared. And they probably sold the Bitcoin at $200 or $250. Imagine being that guy and how it feels now. So, you know, don't listen to what everyone's saying. I mean, you know, make your own mind up. If you believe it's going below 3K, I hope you have a rational reason why, rather than just listening to someone on Twitter. If you do, fair play to you, no issues around that. Only thing I would say is, you know, you get knobheads who say, oh, I'll never go below this again, never. And it does go there, but then sometimes, you know, price takes a big shock like this. I mean, look at this volume, you know, just look at it. One of the biggest volume candles, you know, since all-time high. So it's got to tell you something, right? And if you can't deduce what that is, then, you know, you don't really kind of know enough about market cycles. So yeah, I mean, on the downside, you know, all possibility, we may take out these lows again, but my first premise would be we take these lows. So as I said, move it up, get all the liquidity. Talked about this before. These are going to be buy orders. So people who are shorting at 6,500 are putting their stops here. Seems a very logical level to most people. I get why. And also you're going to have breakout traders who are going to want to buy this breakout as well. So it makes all the reason to say that they'll push it up. They will sell into all these pre-programmed buy orders that have put their limits. And once they've sold enough of their portion, they will potentially then push the price down. And conversely, same thing could happen on the upside here. We could run down, take some of these stops. People talking about being long from 5,800, blah, blah, blah. Could just run down here and do very much the same thing, you know. Price might run down, take these stops, run up, take these stops again before it moves in any direction. So basically what I'm trying to say is we may be in a range-bound market right now. There is no clear direction, or I can't see it. I mean, we're seeing higher lows, but lower highs. That makes sense. High here, lower, lower. You know, so can't really gauge them. So all in all, just chill, guys. You know, you got your wife, your girlfriend at home, your kids. Spend some time with them. Don't rush. The big move was already made here, you know. And if you're not involved in it, then fine. Don't beat yourself up. Also, get recovery bounces if you missed a short. I see some people on Twitter talking about price movement and trading that have absolutely no business being there. Why? You know, you did not get into crypto to basically sit there and post charts. You got into this to make money, right? And you know, if trading is not making you money right now, then don't do it. Relax, come back, take a holiday. You know, Easter holidays are coming up, going to be spent at home. There is little money in the markets right now. I mean, you can see from the dip in volume how the volume is decreasing over the last couple of weeks. That's going to stay constant for a while now until the markets reopen and capital starts flowing back in. So, all in all, take a chill, guys. We'll be having a look at some altcoins over the weekend. But that's it for today. Thanks everyone for watching. If you guys like the video, as always, hit a like and subscribe and all of that. We'll see you on Sunday.